race for Ducati. It may well have been his last Grand Prix.
So here we go. Vital second practice session, 45 minutes.
Even with the soft option rear wheels, Marc Marquez, he's already decided to pop the harder option front in there. But we are actually seeing quite a lot of mediums go out as well.
That was interesting there. Finale of the eSports World Championship here in Valencia this weekend, live between 5 PM and 7 PM local time here in Valencia today. 16 of
Dude.
Yeah, but when you look at the prizes that are on offer,
Boy,
it's a pretty
serious stuff.
It's some pretty. We get fierce competition on the track this weekend. We're going to see some
play a part in these proceedings. It's a straight fight out for the championship, but who's separated between them could be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, we just saw there Maverick Vinales now him in terms of 2018 prototype development parts, because he is really keen to try and solve some of the issues that have hit the YZR M1 this year, which has seen his championship challenge faded quite badly, Nick.
Certainly did. And Valentino Rossi with just that one win, that was in Assen. And since then there's been we've had some titanic battles between the two of them. We've seen the Marquez Petrucci battle in Misano, and then Phillip Island, 73 overtakes.
Mayo, I was saying this race is very important, but you are also very focused on 2018.
But also the 2 days we are having in Sepang in November.
But the bikes that you're running now, do you already have any development chassis, any development parts right now?
What we will prepare for January Sepang.
Mayo, finally, what was the feedback from Valentino and Maverick this morning about the track?
Marc Marquez goes fastest, goes second actually in this session, now down to third because it's Andrea Iannone back at the front. Danilo Petrucci Zarco, it's absolutely chopping in.
Smart time this morning. Alexis Spargo has actually just gone top with a 1:32.165. That's 4/10 quicker than he managed. Obviously, with this extra temperature now in the surface and in the air.
Here is Marquez. Looks like he's going to set the fastest lap of the session so far. Jack Miller also on a good lap. Jack Miller has looked in really good form of late. He was excellent this morning before he crashed. Marquez. That hard and soft combination. Miller in third place, medium and medium.
And straight away, Marc Marquez.
Is Jorge Lorenzo currently running in second place. So Dylan, I don't know if you can answer this, but Dovizioso, what will they be looking to do this
soft option rear tyre, also on the soft option front? I think they know that one of the strengths that the Ducati has is that they are able to make that softer rear work. Dovizioso versus Marc Marquez coming around that fast left-hander, turn number 13. You watch how much Marquez steers it with the rear and how Dovi doesn't do it quite so much. Well, by steering with the rear, you're...
And one thing about Dovizioso and Ducati, they will sort out what they're going to do and they will run to that, won't they? But nothing will...
For Pedrosa, 7 of those have ended with podiums. 12 of his 15 career starts have been from the front row of the grid. He was a 1-2-5 season here as well, Danny Pedrosa. So I think it's fair to say he's got quite a love affection with this Valencia circuit.
And when
he got up to 9th place on that Red Bull KTM. It was a strong start for the Austrian factory with Pol Espargaro in 3rd place. Talking of strong starts, what about this man, Johan Zarco? He's not messing around either, not hanging around.
Sepang won the race here comfortably last year. Terrific pole position and race victory in the Moto2 class. He's already been crowned.
The HRC director looks on. He'll be hoping that he'll be celebrating his first season in charge. Of course, took over from HRC Vice President Shuai Nakamoto. Young man on your screens now will be the youngest rider ever to win 4 titles in the Premier class.
It always gives you that little glimmer of hope with the way he performs, but tell you what, we haven't seen any of that this weekend so far. He has been like he's riding on rails.
He hasn't got a good record on. The Ducati struggles on as well. This circuit is so tight and twisty, it does not suit the Ducati. The Ducati is not the most agile of motorcycles. It's got horsepower where people thought that the Ducati would flounder, and they haven't.
Well, guys, one thing quite interesting, just as you mentioned Ducati, I'm on the other side of the garage here, and with leaning off the side of the bike.
Across the line we come with Marc Marquez, still running in second place. Pretty tight though, isn't it, between him? Conditions. Will they put the softer option tyres in? Well, some are trying the softer option tyres now. We will wait and see, but we're going to get some laps down in the 130s, aren't we?
Yeah, a bit of a wobble.
Motogp and I say returning to Moto 2. He's never ridden in Moto 2, but I think that's probably up at turn 8 and going to Moto 2, and he's never ridden Moto 2 before. Of course, he was a very, very good 125 and 250cc rider. And
Hector Barber in the last 29 Grand Prix.
Wow.
That's why he's calling time on his 8-year Motogp career. As Nick said, dropping back down to Moto 2 next year. He'll be partnering Lorenzo back.
And the improvements that the bike will be, they will be making on the bike as we switch back to Danny Pedrosa. With just half an hour to go, this is the second practice.
Seems like now at the moment the only tyre that we haven't seen is the hard Michelin rear tyre. As Danny Pedrosa through turn number 13.
Autumnal. You get beautiful light here a little bit later in the afternoon, and that is a classic Riccardo Tormo circuit.
Option Michelin rear tyre at the end of FP1, but Rossi so far in this second session, he has improved his lap time by, what, 0.4 of a second? But he's only just...
Even worse for Maverick Vinales, he's a double winner here. 125 and Moto 3. Had a good ride here last year on the Suzuki before switching for Suzuki, Maverick Vinales.
Well, when we left Le Mans, Nick, that epic race he had with his teammate Valentino Rossi, that unforgettable last lap showdown when Rossi crashed, what, 2 or 3 corners from the...
No, Alexis Spargo made his Grand Prix debut here. 15-year-old, 125, 2004. Golly.
In home soil.
This is back with Maverick Vinales. As I say, he's a 125 winner here. Moto back with a Motogp. Here's Alexis Spargo, and he's on a good lap. He's running third at the moment. And this should push him up from third place if he can remain in this
Lap though coming in from the Spaniard.
Up over the rise he comes, turn 13 into 14 on that Aprilia. Of course, changes there next season.
Any changes to the actual geometry or setup of the bike, it was merely working on the electronics on the throttle, just trying to make sure that you can save that rear tyre as best as possible. In the meantime, his teammate Jorge Lorenzo...
Well, he's chasing his third back-to-back win. He won, of course, in Sepang. He did Austria
and Andrea Dovizioso. Marc Marquez, if he does win the MotoGP World Championship here on Sunday, it will be the first time in 19 years failure in Silverstone. Nobody has recovered from that amount of DNF since Mick Doohan in 1998 to capture the crown.
Oh. There we go. To turn 14.
Well, there's red lines all under his name. I'm pretty sure there's a red line running through his hair. You know, I was just looking down at sometimes. I don't know whether Billa might be able to shed some light. Yeah, Lorenzo wasn't quite able to see that lap through to a session topping time. 1:31.436 did put him inside the top 3 though.
And Ducati have adjusted as well, and they're beginning to bring a very, very strong combination together. And I think absolutely shown with his great ride in Sepang. It's only mistake really at turn.
At least one race in the Premier class. If he doesn't win here on Sunday, it will be the first time since 2005 that Jorge Lorenzo has had a year that's complete.
Just like Dovizioso, they're persevering with the used soft, trying to make that one work as well, which is extremely interesting because whilst I was talking about...
Combination, as Dylan said, as we see Marc Marquez back out on the track. This is Andrea Iannone, still has set the fastest lap of the weekend. I think it's just great what he's about. I think Phillip Island this year, it was the old maniac, wasn't it? And it was great to see. So 20 minutes to go, just over. Pedrosa, Marquez, Lorenzo, Alexis Spargo, Zarco Miller, Iannone, Dovizioso, Crutchlow and Rins, Pol Espargaro, Rossi, like Andrea Iannone, Johan Zarco. They won't steal the headlines because who wins the World Championship will steal the headlines, but can they steal a race win?
Now back in, short rides up through this right-hander turn number 12, and that breathtaking left-hander through turn number 13. Pol Espargaro's come through the first sector up by 2.
Checkered flag here on the Yamaha, but for the last 2 years, of course, 2015 might not have made all the headlines. It was the Clinton World Championship, but with quite a lot of other things.
Espargaro getting a bit of a twitch there as he got on the gas through turn number 13. This might be moving him inside that top 10. Over the line he comes very, very shortly.
Yeah, I remember him in pole here 2012, didn't he, for Moto 2, and he was chasing the championship. And he was 6th here last year, actually, It's a decent result, of course.
Leaning off the side of that RC16, he's got his elbow on the deck, he's got his knee on the deck through turn number 13. Absolutely amazing stuff there from Pol Espargaro. There's KTM. They could have taken 1 or 2 top 10 finishes. Pol Espargaro has had 3 top 10s in the last 4 races. Bradley Smith too. KTM are one to watch in the future. No.
Yeah, look at the first half of the season, or the first few results, and then really make some sort of decision out of what he wants to do. And there is no doubt, and he did.
Hearing already that there's already a place guaranteed, a 2-rider team guaranteed on the grid for Valentino Rossi as and when he requires it. It's going to be the silliest of silly seasons at the start of next year. Is it all?
Yeah.
Even about, not about 2018, 20. Marc Marquez has been already linked with
Red
KTM.
Bull, KTM, yeah, that's right.
Valentino Rossi's going to retire and run his own factory Yamaha.
Okay. Named after the former double 50cc world champion. He also won some 125cc Grand Prix. And sadly, he died of leukemia. And right
on screen. So he's come in, soft front, soft rear, very used soft rear. They've now just decided to give this medium front tyre a try. One of
Andre Dovizioso will be looking at the screen. What he will be seeing is that Marc Marquez is probably going to take over at the front.
Yeah, Marquez, and over the line he comes. It's going to take a monumental effort for him to win the race on Sunday. New endeavours. I mean, when you talk about people, Nick, who are part of the fabric of a company in motorsport, Nicola Goubert and Michelin, it's talk about like strawberry and cream.
Yeah, you are, absolutely. Respect. Careful how you say that, because people will think of it. Andre, you know, and he still leads the way. There you go. It's a 1:31.045. Prove their times. There is just under 11 minutes remaining. It's a glorious afternoon here in Valencia. And the anticipation around this town, this area, absolutely jam-packed all the way around. Obviously, Marc Marquez and a massive favourite down in this part of the world. Yeah, it's tremendous. People.
Final round showdown in the Motogp World Championship, as we've got for the 3rd time in the last 5 years, believe it or not.
Yeah, do you know, that's, yeah, of course, championship at the moment. I know we harp on about it, but this championship has never been where it is at the moment. I can absolutely promise you. It is absolutely superb.
Used soft rear and moved it back over onto the number 1 machine. He was out with the number 2 machine, a different kind of setup, so still evaluating that, and he might not even dare to displace him. I think as long as free practice 3 isn't even colder than this morning, I think he should be able to set a time. No, they wouldn't be.
Loves riding in Valencia, loves riding in Spain, and when the weather and the conditions are right, Dani Pedrosa is a very formidable Grand Prix rider.
Resolute and determined bunch of journalists who go to see him every week and every day at the Grand Prix for the race weekend, and honouring the loyalty of some of the press pack that go and see him on a regular basis. Cal Crutchlow,
like giving his money away too.
I tell you what, we both know that.
that is fantastic. Great loyalty.
This afternoon, he could not have scripted this any better. Talk about calming the nerves and easing the tension a little bit.
Here you go to bed. One with a race on Sunday afternoon. This championship has got a habit of suddenly just turning things on its head. Carl Abraham behind him. Carl Abraham's won a Moto 2 race here, hasn't he? His only Grand Prix win. He has
the first year at Moto 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He beat Andre, you know.
Job, it's Carl Abraham.
Oh, he's definitely silenced more than a few critics.
Yeah, he has. Ooh, 0.02 of a second between Lorenzo and Zarco now at the top.
Yeah, Zarco's gone soft for the end of this session. He's just faster than the Alex Rins. In fact, that completely ruled out. It was a compressed fracture of his vertebrae.
His back very badly, didn't he? There's Bautista across the line, but the
race and the race victory. He loves this Ricardo Tormo circuit. He leads the way by over half a second.
Oh, Zarco is working mighty. I don't think he's going to challenge him at the front, no. And still there's only one man down in the 130s, and that is Jorge Lorenzo, as he chases his 3rd successive win here. Lorenzo, a 1:37.62 for Dani Pedrosa.
Here is Lorenzo then just coming up behind Álvaro Bautista down into this final. Australia.
2.5 minutes to go here. Second practice for that final round of the MotoGP World Championship. Ricardo Tormo circuit.
Camera of Alicia Spargo, you can see there the screen's been damaged, a bit of scuff marks and gravel marks all over the rear seat unit. There is Alicia Spargo at the top of your picture.
I don't know if he's just perfectly okay. Ooh. Did well not to get tangled up with the bike there, didn't he?
Dovizioso's gone up to third. There's Romano Albiciano, the Aprilia factory boss, looking on. Seems that, thankfully,
it looks like his hand's all right, doesn't it? More lap in. Here he is. We ride with Johan Zarco. I love this bit. That's the
1 point buffer over Andrea Dovizioso.
Let's watch and divulge.
Oh yeah, he got it.
End.
Yeah, he got it all out of shape. He got it chattering and vibrating on that corner. And that's the outcome. That's where Valentino Rossi lost the World Championship back in 2006, of course.
Very slightly, because I think we all expect Marc Marquez to crash sometime over the weekend, don't we?
Well, we said earlier on that if he wins the World Championship on Sunday, he'll be the first rider to do it with 3.
Carry on doing what we're doing, sorting out the program that we've organised, go through it all, get the best possible bike on the grid for Sunday and see.
Trying to find his way into that Q2 session at this stage. Of course, he will have another crack tomorrow morning in FP3.
So this is flag-to-flag practice. Very good session for the Frenchman. 4th fastest, 4/10 down on Lorenzo. Didn't quite get into the 130s that the 3 men at the front did. Did he run it wide through turn 1? Just come in? I'm not sure. I think he probably did. Look at that, he is up so quick.
Yeah, looked like he lost the rear traction as well on the way. Rider's done since Casey Stone in 2011 here in Valencia. That's been a non-Spanish winner. The last 5 MotoGP races here in Valencia have been won by Spanish riders. A combination of this man. Yeah, job well done for Lorenzo.
Excellent job done by Lorenzo.
You wouldn't put it past him with the stats that I just read out, you know, potentially not winning for the first time in his...
As is Johan Zarco. I mean, Zarco would be sensational because it would be his first ever MotoGP win. Gigi Gillini, I wouldn't think he's too disappointed with the day's work. So Lorenzo top. Be a big debrief now. And then get ready for the second phase really tomorrow. You take one day at a time when you're chasing the world.